and welcome to a weird side of the kitchen table.
Weird side.
Weird side.
Same side we were on yesterday, but we were so tired yesterday that we didn't even...
I'm tired. I'm tired.
You're always
tonight
bloody
too,
tired.
No.
I've got exercises to do, so after this.
This is Trash TV.
Trash TV. I don't know what to say about Trash TV because I don't watch it.
Well, nor do I, but we've been asked to do this one. This was actually a request.
Michelle.
Because people haven't been commenting.
Come on, Pete.
Naughty
What's wrong
little
with
fishes.
you?
You've got to comment because we need content.
We need you to comment.
Now.
She had an amazing birthday, by the way.
Yeah, I had an amazing birthday.
Yes, there's
We had our gripes, but yeah.
There's videos. There's videos. There's
Yeah.
videos.
My birthday.
Me singing.
And
Badly.
I was actually singing to my daughter, and she videoed me, and I'm swearing a lot because it's CeeLo Green song. I think you know the one.
But I sung "Don't Stop Believing" badly, very badly, because I wasn't actually going to record it, but I thought, you know what, screw it, and I did it, and it was, I know, Andy, it was out of tune. It wasn't very good. But
We were having a laugh. It wasn't.
it's on there.
It wasn't a public performance or anything, was it?
Public
Well, it is
performance.
now.
It is now.
So,
I apologise for my bad
Trash
voice.
TV. We are talking about things like Love Island,
Trash.
90 Day Fiance,
Trash.
Big Brother,
Trash.
Towie,
Trash.
Jersey Shore. Not
Trash.
Jersey Shore, is it? It's Geordie Shore.
Trash. There's Jersey Shore as well.
All that
Trash.
all that sort of reality rubbish that we never watch because it makes me depressed. And boy, does it make me depressed. I don't know why reality TV does that to me.
But Michelle just told us to check out that Colt and Debbie.
That is one unhealthy relationship. I think there's a lot of Oedipus complex going on there, and it's really not healthy to
Not
be
at all.
like that with your mum. I mean, yeah, I can understand that she's your mum, you want to be close to her, but there's close and there's a bit too close for comfort. And that is too close for comfort.
And your mum is there. If you're a guy, your mum is there to sort of prepare you for married life.
He's 34
I'm
years
just
old.
saying, if you're a guy, your mum is there to prepare you for married life, not prevent it in every way she can, right?
Yeah, but he was married.
I know.
He's married to a Brazilian girl called Larissa. And that marriage lasted 6 months because Mummy broke it up. And then he was talking to another Brazilian girl. Mind you, I really didn't agree with what she was saying or anything else.
No.
But he was actually trying to make a relationship with this other Brazilian girl, and
His mum put pay to that as well.
yeah, and his mum, Laminek. I mean, yeah, the girl seemed quite nice, kinda. Even though she was saying things to him. This is the first meeting with his mum, bear in mind. And she's going, "You want to be alone for sex?"
Are you doing
No.
the face wrong?
"You want to be alone for sex?"
You don't have to touch me when you say
You
that.
you don't say that on the first meeting with your potential mother-in-law.
Yeah, but in all honesty, she wasn't supposed to have gone.
But she seemed fairly quiet and shy. Until you saw her with her family. Boy, oh boy, did you see a change then. And his mother was talking. Now, I admit, if she'd have done it to me, I probably would have been very annoyed because she sort of stuck her face in her hand.
Stuck her hand in her face.
Yeah, stuck her face in her hand even. You know. And she went, "Don't you put your hand in my face, don't you do it." And I would have left it there and said, "Okay, let's get on with this meal. It's a meeting, we'll see how we go." But no, Mummy decided to throw the 2-year-old card and say, "I'm going to go back to the hotel now." And he said, "Okay, I'll get a cab and I'll put you in it and you can go back to the hotel." And she goes, "You're sending me back to the hotel on my own?" Well, yeah, she's 70 odd.
She's a grown up. No,
Yeah.
she's nearly 70.
She's
a grown up.
Yeah. She would have been quite okay going to that.
Even my mum, right? She's agoraphobic, and if I had said to her, like, if she'd said I want to go back to the hotel, I'd have said I'll put you in a cab. She'd have been fine.
Okay, I may not have been happy about it, and I might have ragged the hell out of her once you got home about it, but it's what you do.
Yeah, but she wasn't agoraphobic, was she?
No, but if you really don't want to be in that situation, and your son has offered to call you a cab and get you back to the hotel safely, and you don't want to be in that situation because you don't like her, you take him up on it and say, okay, fine, I'll get in the cab, I'll go back.
Yeah.
Not her. No, she wasn't content with that. She'd broken up one marriage and she broke up that relationship with the other Brazilian girl. Now, if I was...
Controlling much?
If I was Colt, I'd have said, Mother, you're bloody annoying. Go away.
Yeah.
But no, he was like, okay, Mummy. We'll do it your way, Mummy. Yes, Mummy. Mind you, the first wife, Larissa, all I could see was plastic face, PVC top and a camel toe. You know, she wasn't exactly what I would call ideal wife material. Girl number 2, well, couldn't have been less like her. She had glasses, she was goofy. She was a bit on the chubby side, and that's what his mother said, she's voluptuous.
Before she'd even, like, actually spoken to her?
Yeah, so she was basically saying she was fat from the beginning. So, you know, that kind of TV is toxic to me. It makes me clinically depressed that people are actually like that. And people actually watch this religiously. Love Island, well, meet and mate.
It's like televised Tinder.
Yeah, and okay. It's what I think about porno and snooker. It's not a spectator sport. It's all right if you're doing it, but you don't need to watch it, you know. And what they watch it for? The drama. Well, I'm sorry, I've got enough drama in my life without watching other people go through it, you know. I don't know why it's popular. I think it's this whole nosy thing. Because just tell me you haven't been on a train, an overground train, of a night when people are serving dinner, and if they've got the curtains open, you look at out that train window and you look straight into their dining room. I do it. I'm sure you do
when I was going to work.
And also, when people have got their front room curtains open and the light on, it's human nature.
You walk past someone's house, you're like, ooh.
You could have a look, you're like, oh, what's going on there?
When I was working in Superdrug, actually, and I used to come home from the bus stop because it was the bus stop in town, there was this house now, their curtains open, and then this guy was like, because obviously here you've got like halfway houses and stuff, and this guy was sleeping in the living room, he had the curtains open, and I was like, good old butcher's in there. I wasn't stopping or anything, I had the phone out or nothing like that, but I was like, ooh.
When we lived in London, we lived in Stratford at one time, not before the COVID ball, and I was walking down with my mum because I was walking to Bow Church to go to Jamblesale. And there were these flats, and they'd put some students in some of them. And as we walked past one, the bloke had his blind open and he was laying on the bed and he's having a good old Jay Arthur. Me and Mum walked past him and we're like, I mean, we was carrying on walking, but it was like, oh, he seems to be having a nice time, doesn't he? And there was another one who had a bike in his front room. Well, I think they were like bedsits because you were looking into like a room that had a sofa and a bed. And he had his bike in there, motorbike. I suppose it saved it from getting stolen.
Yeah.
With a sheet hanging on it.
Doing his washing?
Yeah, but on a bike.
Oh.
I think it was an ornament. You know, we saw all these weird things going on.
My eyebrow's coming off.
But we've never actually seen anything as dramatic as the bloke who was having a J.R. for while we was walking past. But it was like the animals in the zoo, you know, when you get one of those monkeys going, yeah! And He was really going for it. He was going for a world record of this. My mum walking past going. And my mum went, why is he taking so much effort? It ain't that big. And I was like, Mum! And she went, I'm just speaking the truth. That's all I'm doing. But, you know, it's human nature that if you've got your curtains open and you're like that, so you're going to look as you
In
walk past.
recent years, though, if there's a guy that I fancy or Mum fancies, she's become the package inspector.
I have not.
Now, what the package inspector does is she looks at men's crutches
She makes me sound disgusting. I can't even believe
to see the size of the package.
No, I can't see.
And she tells me whether the package is large
Let's
or
put it this
not.
way, if I can see a bulge, then it's got to be sizable because I can't see.
Yeah, so she'd be like, okay, there's something there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. No.
She's tell me my recent conquest. My mission.
But I'm not really...
No one knows who that is apart
I
from Michelle.
don't get on my knees with a magnifying glass trying to, and a yardstick trying to measure it. I'm not like that.
Only Michelle knows my recent conquest, doesn't she? Yes.
And I will not reveal it.
No, and neither will I.
But, you know, I don't...
You won't reveal it because I know you've been looking at their crotch.
I don't get on my knees with the magnifying glass and the measuring stick. That I don't do. But I will sort of take a glance, and if I can see a bulge, then I know there's got to be something there because I can't see. So,
This happens on the train, it happens on the bus. If she's like, oh, he's a bit of a right. Yeah, he's a bit of a right.
But sometimes...
It's like guys when they're sizing up women's boobs. She does it with the...
In the winter, they're wearing long coats and you can't tell.
Oh, I know. This is why we don't agree with Jaylin as well. You can't
no,
tell.
I just think jailing
Go.
is offensive.
Yeah, I know.
And
but
I find
you
it
can't tell.
offensive to me. Because I can see the pants and I'm sorry, but even if you're wearing designer Calvin Kleins, you don't want everyone to know where you bought your pants from. And sometimes they're Calvin Klein knockoffs and you can tell from the waistband. Why? It's horrible.
And sometimes you can see skidders. I'm sorry, but you can. I'm sorry, but it's true, right? You don't need to see that. Or stained pants. No.
It's horrible.
We've seen people walking around Jaylin with their wee-wee stains on display. When did you see that?
No, it's vile. And the thing is, normally when they're jailing, they either wear... Well, in America they call them wife beaters. They're like white vests. Think Die Hard.
Yeah, but that vest went kind of grey. Like, he changed
No,
into a
it's-
grey vest.
No, they wear like white vests.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, in
They
Die
think
Hard...
it makes them look good, more gangster.
In Die Hard, he changed into
Now-
a khaki one.
When I was young, when I was about 10, I was a child, I lived in Abbey Lane in Stratford. And just off Abbey Lane, there's a road called Bisson Road. And there's some Victorian houses down Bisson Road, much like the one I live in. And every house had this same woman there.
Oh, what,
she
the
wasn't-
hairnet and
It wasn't hairnet. It was a
curlers?
chiffon scarf with curlers
Yeah.
and an apron. Every house had this. She could have been a carbon copy of the same woman. And she was always cooking her husband's tea. And in the summer, you'd see the husband. In the summer,
See,
in the
what you
weekends,
doing?
you would see the husband. He'd be sitting there in the front garden on a deck chair with his trousers rolled up to his knees, a knotted hanky on his head. What?
Squidgy! Yes, down.
Squidgy is obviously being naughty again. But you'd see the husband. Now, you didn't see the husband very often, but you would see him on weekends during the summer. And he'd be sitting there and he'd be in a deck chair and he'd have like either a bottle of beer or a cup of tea, usually a big pint mug of tea. And he'd have his trousers rolled up to his knees, a knotted hanky on his head, and a white vest or a string vest. And you know, you could have taken him and put him in any of those houses because they was always the same.
My apologies, my cat knocked my vase of flowers
And
down.
now, if you wear a white vest or a string, well, I don't know about a string vest, I haven't seen them for a few years, but if you wear a white vest, you're a gangster. I imagine them with a knotted handkerchief on their head and their trouser legs rolled up to their knees. It is just something that I imagine now after seeing that as a kid. I've seen that as a kid. So, how does a vest make you look gangster?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Not at all.
I mean, they have like bandanas on their head as well that are tied up.
Or do-rags.
They're tied up like the old ladies used to.
That's do-rags. That's not a bandana, that's a
How the
do-rag.
hell is that gangster? That's middle-aged housewife. The only thing they're missing is the rollers. And at one point, these gangster types used to roll up one trouser leg. What? They're not someone's granddad. I mean, where does that come from?
Where does they think that style come from?
Yeah. How is that even style?
I don't know.
I mean, most of these husbands worked on the docks, or they worked for the building company around the corner. And on their days off, they'd just sit there and get a bit of sun, you know, roll up the trouser legs, put the hanky on their head, wear their vest, then they've got like a mug of tea or a beer, and they're just like enjoying the sun in the ditch and like this. And if you walk past being a bit loud, they'd yell at you because they were asleep. So, and then the wife would come out with the curlers and the do-rag and the apron. And she'd go, "Arthur, I told you to get in half an hour ago. You're getting too much now." And they think it's gangster. I mean, the only thing is, not all of them had tattoos up their arms. A few of them did, but not many. There wasn't many tattooed ones. It was usually hair, because they were like in their 50s.
I got tattoos.
Yeah, but it wasn't fashionable then.
No, I know.
So, you
Saying
know,
I've got
but
tattoos.
now you have armfuls of tattoos and a white vest and a do-rag. And possibly one trouser.
Now, I'm not
rolled
being
up.
horrible or funny or anything, but I have... No, I'm not being racist, but you know coloured people, they get tattoos. You can't really see them.
Sometimes you can.
Sometimes you can, but that guy, when I went and got my tattoo on the back of my leg, I think it was the one on my leg. Or was it my B? I can't
What was your
remember.
B?
Yeah.
I was with you.
There was a man in there and he was having this amazing lion done and it was really, really good. But you couldn't really see
I
it.
think he was Nigerian. He was really dark.
Yeah, you couldn't really see it. And I'm not saying, oh, you know, they don't have the right to get a tattoo done, but I just don't get it.
I don't understand the black and white tattoos when you've got a very dark coloured person getting them.
Yeah.
I can understand a coloured one because you can see that.
Yeah, or like if they've got like, if they have a ghost tattooed and it's white, you'll be able to see that. But if they have like a black and white tattoo, because a lot of mine are black and white, like that, well, that's got red on it as well. But you know, that main part, a lot of people, my cross, yeah, that's a perfect example. A lot of people get stuff done that's in black and white, and if you're coloured, you can't really see it. So I'm not being racist or anything, I'm just trying to work it out because I'm a tattoo lover and I do love getting tattoos,
Yeah,
but
but
I like
I've
people to see
noticed
them.
something with coloured people. I'm talking about the really dark ones. You know, the ones that say purple.
Mm.
Now, I have seen them in the summer and you can't see their tattoos. But in the winter, they do show a bit.
A bit, but you know what I mean? Like, you can't... It's not like my tattoos, you can see clearly all of mine.
Yeah, but how you're whiter than paper? You're like an albino.
My mum's, you can see all of her tattoos, right? Michelle, you can see all of her tattoos, but if you're really, really dark skinned, you can't see them. And that's all I'm saying is, like, if you're going to get a tattoo done and you're really dark, maybe you should get one done in colour.
Yeah, but how is it 50 cents shows?
Because he's not that dark.
You know, if you're very, very dark, you can't always see your tattoos.
No offence or anything. I'm not.
Sometimes you can see, like, they're there,
Yeah.
but you can't make out what they are.
No.
And, you know, it's not offensive, but every rapper, even the ones with the do-rags and the white vests, he's got armfuls of tattoos.
Yeah, because I've seen like a lot of these like gangsters walking around, and they've got like dark skin, and they've got tattoos, and it's like, what is it? And then you go up to them and go, what is it? Oh, it's a knife. Why?
I mean, I have known people have brands, you know, the scarification. I have known people.
I know someone who's got scarification.
Yeah, but I've known people have scarification. I've known people have the actual branding, the burns.
You ain't got that done. No, actually, I don't know. You might have.
I've known people have tattoos. Now, if you're dark skinned, I wouldn't recommend it, but scarification or a brand you can actually see. Unless the tattoo's done wrong and it's scarred, it's very, bless you, it is very hard to make out what it actually is. There you go.
Thank you.
It is very hard to make out what it is.
I have a cold. I haven't got
And if
coronavirus.
you ask them what it is, some of them are really offensive. And look at it.
I mean,
I'm like, well, I was looking now, I couldn't actually make it
this
out.
one got infected. I don't know how, because all of my tattoos are kept very, very clean, and I've never had an infected tattoo ever, apart from that one. And because it was so infected, it was patchy and it looked horrible. So my old piercer said, why don't you get it done leopard skin? She said, because I thought it was leopard skin. So I said, okay. I went back to my tattooist and I went, can you put leopard spots on it? I said, because the person who done it before buggered it up. And I said, and it's like gone disgusting. Like literally the scab was like that thick and it was pussing every day, weren't it? And it had a crack in it like there. And so he managed to fix it, and now it's like that. So it's got the leopard spots on it. I don't know if you can see that.
You can't see them that well now.
But that's probably because it's getting old.
But
It needs to be redone.
the thing is, you know, when I'm just saying, you've got these gangsters with the armfuls of tattoos
Yeah.
and a white t-shirt, and white vest. And I just remember seeing the old men like that.
But can I just say something? Do you remember in Southend? Now, I was known as, my mum used to say this, the trendsetter. Why was I the trendsetter?
Because it seemed whatever you wore, a week after, people were copying it. The same people that had taken the mickey out of you.
I dyed my hair bright red. Now, I've had my hair bright red since I was 17. I'm not saying how old I am now, but since I was 17, it's been like this for a while. That's all you need to know. And it was bright red. Now, my hair has been bright red since the age of 17, like I said. And I'm talking like that kind of red. The Betty Boop dress
Yeah, the
kind of
box
red.
red.
Yeah, really, really red. And I got taken the mickey out of. People used to throw things at me, throw bottles of wee at me when I was going to work, you know, everything. Trip me up, call me names, the lot. I held the whole shebang. And about a year after I was dyeing my hair red, Rihanna done it. And then it was okay and it was acceptable when everyone else started doing it.
The same people that throw wee at you and take the mickey out of you and everything else.
And another thing is that when I had my tattoo done on my hand, we started seeing them cropping up everywhere as well. And I hadn't seen that until I got mine done.
And also, the piercing in her lip, which was an accident,
That one.
it went wrong. That started life as a ring in her lip. And
Same place, like in the middle there.
it caused nothing but problems. We had problem after problem after problem with it.
Yeah.
And her piercer said, well, we'll put a bar in it. And she put a bar in it, and now it looks like a vertical, what is it, vertical lip?
A vertical lip piercing, which is basically what it is.
Yeah, but the day she had that changed, we were going through Southend Town Centre, and some go on, what's that called? And I went, a bit of a cock up, really. And she went, well, and Katie went, well, it was actually a ring. It was a lip piercing. It was a ring, and it went wrong. She went, oh, it looks cool. I want to get it done.
Copy much. But like, I've seen people now wearing belly bars in their ears. I've been doing that since I was about 15. So people have copied me.
It used to happen with me too. I started wearing a stump tie. My brother used to deal in antiques and militaria, and I started wearing a stumped tail jacket. If you don't know what one of those is, it's like a white jacket that comes to your waist and it's got a point at the back. My one was made out of navy blue serge that looked black because it was actually a military jacket. And I started wearing that because I just thought it looked cool. Next thing you know, everyone's wearing them. Terence Trent D'Arby was wearing them.
That's
Duran
not
Duran were wearing them.
as permanent as a tattoo on your hand.
No, well, tattoos weren't in them, were they? I'm just saying, clothing.
So many people have copied that. Like, okay, they're different colours and that, but they've still got to start exactly in the same place. And my nails. Now, when I have my nails done, which I'm going to do before I go Berlin, they're pointy because I have a cat who's only got 3 legs and you have to scratch him constantly.
We are still talking about trash TV, but this just crops up.
And they're pointy and they're red with dots, Minnie Mouse, and that one's just plain red with a bow on it. I love my bow. Everyone was like, I like your nails, I like your nails, I like your nails. Someone said they're going to get their nails done the same as me. I don't do well when people copy me and they tell me straight out that they're going to copy me, and I was like, you don't want to do that. Why not? I went, because that's just copying me. Go and find your own thing to do. You know, I didn't decide to copy anybody else. That came out of my head. I was looking at Minnie Mouse and I thought, bow, spots. Yeah, I want to get a bow on that finger. I didn't copy it off anybody. It just came out of my head. That's the way I think. And I was just like, went to my nail person. They said, what do you want? I said, red nails. They done it with red glitter. It was really nice, actually. And they said, okay, so I went, no. I went, you need to put dots on them. And they're like, okay. And now whenever I go in there, like, Minnie Mouse nails, I'm like, yep. But they like, that one doesn't have any dots on it because I don't want to be overdone. So it's got a little diamante bow that goes at the bottom, and they're half mooned, and they're pointy. And I'll show you them before I go because I'm going to get them done about a week before I go. So.
And another thing that really peeved me off, I'm going to say about it, Primark a few years ago started selling Ramones t-shirts.
Oh God, yeah.
I have no problem with this. I mean, the Ramones were.
I wanted one.
They were iconic.
Guns N' Roses as well.
Guns N' Roses not so much, but the Ramones. They had these t-shirts in all sizes, and it was fine. Until we were sitting outside a cafe in
Seven?
no, it was Town Centre here.
Market
Cafe. And they're sitting outside there. It was a hot day. We were having a cigarette. And this girl, who she couldn't have been more than 10, walked past wearing a Ramones t-shirt. And maybe me on our Ramones great band. Are they a band? I was like, what did she just say? And Kaylee went, the Ramones are a band. Are they? What do they sing? I could not speak. I was like, and Kayla went, well, if you don't know what they sing, why are you wearing that t-shirt? Because it looks cool. And at first I thought it was a One Direction t-shirt. I was like, what? And then we found out that One Direction had actually stolen the Ramones logo and put the names of One Direction around them. I was beyond upset. I was like, what?
If you don't know what they sing, then don't wear the merch. I mean, it's the same with Guns N' Roses. Okay, yeah, they had like Sweet Child of Mine. Everyone knows that song.
The biggest
Paradise City. Hang on a minute. Paradise City, possibly, but not. if you don't know the band, you don't know that they are a
The
band, don't wear their
biggest
merch.
criminal for this is Misfits.
Oh, everyone's wearing the Misfits logo.
Everybody wears a Misfits logo. But you asked them one of their songs. In fact, I said, I knew someone with a Misfits tattoo. And I said, oh, do you like the Misfits? And actually, I've never heard them.
Scream is on all the time.
And you've got a tattoo of the Misfits and you've never...
And you can always tell the Misfits because they've got a really screwed up skull.
You see it on a lot of merch and T-shirts and things. And
Skull, Iron Fist did a pair of Misfits shoes. Get
now,
down.
I love the Misfits. I don't. I know
Because
who
you
they
fancy
are.
Vampiro.
Yeah. But I know them, I like the Misfits.
I like the Misfits.
I know who they are.
I know who they are.
We have a right to have a tattoo or wear the merch. Now, for all you know, these people who wear the Misfits t-shirts or have got Misfits tattoo, what would you say if I said they sang baby, 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 oh? You go, ooh, ooh. They
You don't know what they sing. So why wear the merch if you've never heard them? At least listen to a song.
If you've got, nearly everyone's got YouTube or Spotify or something, just listen, just download a song and listen to it. And if you like it, fine. If
You don't
not,
even have to download it on YouTube. You just put in the name of the band and play it.
yeah. And Scream is on a lot. It's also on the soundtrack of quite a few horror films as well. So, just listen to a Misfits song and decide if you like them or not. And if you're going to wear a t-shirt that says the Ramones, at least Google what the hell the Ramones are.
Or listen to a song. There's
Well,
loads.
she didn't know they were a band, so...
That's ridiculous.
So,
because-
listen to a song.
And seeing trendies walking around wearing Ramones t-shirts and Guns N' Roses and Metallica, and they don't listen to that music. They do not listen to that music.
Well, that little girl...
And Kiss. Kiss is another
To
one.
be honest, I think all of the the Ramones, with the exception of Dee Dee, were dead by the time she
Actually, right, this is a funny thing. When I was working at Sabres, I think it was, now my boss there was a massive Kiss fan. He loved Kiss. He even called him, you go away! He even called himself a name of one of the guy, Gene Simmons, basically. And he loved Kiss. And this girl came in wearing a Kiss t-shirt, and he was like, oh, cool, Kiss. And she was like, well, he went, it's a band. Kiss. And Kiss was actually playing on Spotify at the time, because he had a playlist made for us workers, mainly me and him. And she was like, oh, I just thought it was like Kiss. And he was like, no. And he was so upset and annoyed that they didn't know what it was, because he's like the biggest Kiss fan ever. He's been to see them God knows how many times. And he was just like, no, it's a band. And I was just like, it's a band from the 70s. This person is not familiar with music from the 70s, clearly. And she was like, I just thought it meant like Kiss. And I was just like, no. And I hate that when people... It's like me wearing a t-shirt saying... I don't know.
1975?
Yeah. No.
I can't name a song by them.
That wouldn't happen. I mean, because I'm not into that sort of music.
The only reason I know the name of 1975 is because Denise Walsh is the mother of two of them, I think.
And these people who wear Metallica t-shirts, Guns N' Roses t-shirts, Ramones t-shirts, they're actually into the music? I very much doubt it. So...
Well, Guns N' Roses, everyone knows who they are.
Yeah, but they're not into the music, are they? They'd be like, oh, this is crap. It's not. No one's asking you, holding a gun to your head and saying, listen to it.
It's heavy metal.
It is heavy metal. And I'm obviously a heavy metal fan. I have heartograms everywhere.
And
tattoos,
people started wearing
bands.
Aussie t-shirts because they'd seen the Osbourne fan.
No, he's a singer. You wear their merch because you like their music.
He's not this funny old geezer who sits there colouring in pictures and yelling at kids and moaning about dogs defecating everywhere.
No.
He was.
He's the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah. You know, I mean, please show a little bit of respect. And I.
Especially to
this
Ozzy,
is where
come
it
on,
ties into Love Island. There was some guy on Love Island, and not only was he wearing a Ramones t-shirt, he was wearing a white vest. So, please, 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 don't do it. Don't. White t-shirts for you under your shirt, not to wear as a fashion statement.
And it just really bugs me when people wear band t-shirts and I don't know what band it is or what they sing. Research. That's what the internet is actually there for. So use it for its purpose.
I mean, oh no, it's there to watch porn on.
No, it's not. It's there to research.
Napalm Death. I know what napalm was. You know what napalm was.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Napalm Death are a metal band.
Yeah, but there was this thing about Napalm Death on there, and it was on telly.
Napalm Death are a death metal band.
And they were talking about Napalm
Black
Death.
metal. Yeah.
Actually, they were taking the mickey out of Napalm Death. They were saying that Disturbed doing Sweet Sound of Silence.
Sound of Silence, not Sweet Sound of Silence.
Or the Sound of Silence. It's like Napalm Death singing The Walls on the Bus Go Round and Round. And the girl was sitting with turned to me and she goes, what's napalm? It's a type of gel that they used in Vietnam, and it runs like water and it burns on contact with the air. Ew. Well, what's it called Napalm Death? Because if you get napalm on you, you more than likely die. Ew. Ew, what they call it by night? Right, because they sing about fluffy bunnies.
Death metal and black metal,
The Black Dahlia murders.
they're crap.
Yeah, but does anybody know who Black Dahlia was?
I do.
Yeah. It's just, you've got all these things, and people haven't got a clue. I mean, there was one, it was an heavy metal band. They were an amateur band called Mace. Now, some people might think that's a corner shop or a Spice. I think it's a big metal ball with spikes in it that they used to swing. You know, I think that's what they're aiming for. People just don't bother checking up on what things are.
No, they don't.
Our friend Eileen Daly was in a band, and she was going. She changed the name of it, but her things are called Gypsophilia Productions. And I said, "Well, Gypsophilia." I said, "It's lovely." She went, "Yeah, but people won't check up and find out what it is." Gypsophilia. It's flower.
I don't know what gyp is.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous.
Mm.
I think it's lovely, but because it's got philia, they think it's like paedophilia or something like that. No, it's a plant, and it's not philia. It's philia. It's gypsophilia, not gypsophilia.
Mm.
So
Just use the internet for what it's for and research things
yeah,
before
it's
you
not there for porn.
go off and...
But this trash TV, they don't give a monkeys what they wear. They don't give a monkeys who they sleep with. That's pretty obvious. And I mean, at one point it was a big thing on who was going to be the first person on Big Brother to have sex there. What do you think they do on Love Island? What do you think they do on 90 Day Fiancé? If you want to see people trying to get laid, watch one of those.
Or, if you want to see people trying to get laid, go out on Saturday night.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that going on a Saturday night. Or even a Saturday afternoon.
You just go out.
Yeah. But if you're one of these
But then again,
people-
it's not all done on going out anymore. It's the internet.
Well, that's why they watch it on telly, because they don't know what it means to go out and do it. But you
No,
know,
I would rather go out and meet someone because you can get catfished
This-
online.
this trash TV is a load of codswallop. Honey Boo Boo, have you even heard of that? Had you heard of Honey Boo Boo?
No.
It was this child, quite an obnoxious little child as well, who did pageants, beauty pageants.
There is one thing I do watch though. One thing. And that's Don't Tell the Bride. And that's because some of the guys come up with amazing ideas. Like that Beauty and the Beast
And
one.
I don't think they talk to their fiancé.
No. But even you said so the guys do come up with some amazing
They do,
ideas.
but I don't think that they communicate.
They don't, clearly.
Because, like, one of them was, she wanted to get married in white, but only white would do. And because
How many
her-
kids did she have?
2. And because her bridegroom wasn't white, she didn't want the wedding to be changed.
Do you know why you get married in white? It's a sign of purity.
Yeah, but that's only
Hang on. So that means that you're pure and virginal. So why, if you've got kids training behind you, should you have the right to wear white?
And also, this only started in the late 19th century that you wear white for your wedding. It used to be your best Sunday dress.
If I ever have a wedding, I'm not getting married in white because I won't be able to take myself seriously.
Well, it's not like being, you didn't want to be in fancy dress all day, do you?
No. So I'm not getting married in white. No. That's just a joke. Me in white. I look like an uncooked sausage. It's not going to happen. I'm already white enough. Jeez.
I don't know.
Like a ghost or
I
something.
don't know why people with children wear white.
It's obvious you're not a virgin or you're not pure because you...
Or if it's your second marriage.
Yeah, come on now.
Why? It used to be that it was the bride's best Sunday dress, which was very rarely white. And this white thing only started in like the late 19th century, I believe it was.
Yeah, but come on. You don't get married in white if you've got kids training behind you. You don't do that.
Well, I don't see the point. To be perfectly honest with you.
I like stuff like black and blood red and things like that. That's cool.
But
Even like a pale blue would be nice. Would like to see.
Ivory, you could get married in ivory. But why white? This obsession with you. It's got to be white.
And some of them, I think ridiculous. I won't watch Say Yes to the Dress, although my friend was on it. No, too. I won't watch that. I watched Don't Tell the Bride. That is the only thing that I do watch. And that's...
Dancing Lights.
Oh, and Dancing on Ice. Yeah, but that's not reality, is it?
Well, no, because the thing is, I believe that a celebrity is there to entertain you. They're paid to entertain. That is what they are for. That is what celebrities do. I don't consider a contestant from Love Island or somebody who's been on the Big Brother house or whatever a celebrity, because they're not. A celebrity is somebody who is paid to entertain you, who is an actor, a singer, a presenter, a newsreader, a weather forecaster,
Model.
something like that. You know, somebody who is actually an entertainer.
Dancer.
Carry on.
Actress.
And entertain
Singer.
somebody. I don't even consider Gordon Ramsay
He's a
or
chef.
Ainsley Harriott or any of those a celebrity. Or even Dr. Hillary, because he's a blooming doctor. They're on telly, but they're not actually celebrities per se, because they are not entertainers. an entertainer is there who is paid. Their bread and butter is entertaining you, like a comedian, a singer, a model, a dancer, an actor, an actress, or something like that. Now, okay, whether people can get away with it because they are on telly every day, you see them daily.
And sometimes they
newsreaders.
are funny.
Yeah. But the thing is, everyone's getting in on the act. And I've been a lover and I'm a celebrity.
You don't get people who have been on, like, Don't Tell the Bride going, I'm a celebrity. They do that and then they go off and do whatever they did. Do their everyday jobs. They don't come off of it and go, I'm a celebrity. No, you're not. You know, you just get laughed at.
Well, look at that woman. I think it was Big Brother she was on. And now she's on the dole and she can't understand why she's unemployed.
What about that bird who had the boob job on the NHS?
Oh, God, that. I don't even know how she got a boob job in the NHS. I have got 2 hernias and I can't get them up. You know, I mean, the thing
She
is,
said it was because she had depression.
I've got depression. I'm noted for it.
And she apparently had something wrong with her. She couldn't grow boobs.
Lucky her.
I know.
You know, I've got 2 hernias. Sort me out. I'll take the hernias and stick them in her boobs. You know, she'll be happy then. 2 problems solved. But no, it's ridiculous. And she thinks she's a celebrity.
Yeah, I know. That's because there was this guy and he got hold of her story and he was like, oh, well, I can get you this work and that work. Most of it was naked work.
Maybe she should have got her face sorted out.
Yeah, definitely.
And her mum was, one minute she's standing in the kitchen with her laughing about the bullying she got at school. And they're both having a laugh about it, saying, you know, we can rise above it now. She'd done a story for the newspaper, her mother, the day after, and she's going, she suffered so much because of the bullies. And this was in, like, a documentary. Now, if you're doing a documentary and you know you're going to do that to sell a story to the newspapers, don't joke about it in the kitchen beforehand.
We don't joke about my bullying because it was really severe. And she's going, I got bullied so bad. I'm sorry, but if you got bullied that badly, you wouldn't be laughing about it. And she went, I just brush it off. You can't. You get bullied as badly as I did, and it scars you emotionally for the rest of your life.
Look, there's this guy who was with the Dirksons. And I love him. His name's Yarno.
Oh.
And he got a sheet of paper and he screwed it up and he goes, I'm bullying this paper. And he opened it up and he goes, this paper is never going to be the same again. Because the creases, he said, it's scarred. He said, and bullying scars you. I still remember the bullying I had. She still remembers the bullying she had. It does scar you. I can't trust, it takes me ages to trust someone fully before I think they actually genuinely want to be my friend, or whether they're going to start talking behind my back and then have a chat with their mates and beat me up at the first opportunity they've got.
They even came around my house, didn't they?
Yeah, because bullying does scar you that much.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I go home and I cry about it, and I get, you got a broad back, you can take it. Well,
Yeah, but the thing is, even if you go to the school, nothing gets done. You was always over that school, and nothing
I was
got
going
done.
to set up a
And they
campaign.
said that they had over 200-page book on bullying. No one ever saw it.
I asked to see it, and he couldn't produce it because it doesn't exist.
He said, "Oh, you're a parent. You're not allowed to see it. It's for staff only."
And the procedure for bullying, they had special procedures
They
for
have
bullying.
nothing.
I mean, really, what happens? Well, first of all, we bring them in and we have a talk and we try to mediate between the bully and the child being bullied. I went, okay, so that makes them a bigger target. No, because we mediate. And then if it carries on, we bring the bully in for a talk. Right? Yeah, okay, so that makes them puts a bigger target on their head. And then sometimes we bring the bully's parents in. Right, okay, so now you're actually saying, putting a sign on them saying, kill me. And then if we think it's warranted, we will suspend them. And okay, so when they come back to school, they will beat the hell out of the one they think blamed them.
Do you know what they said?
And
They
in
said,
extreme cases, we expel them all. And I was like, okay, so you just killed that kid that's being bullied.
they said to me I wasn't being bullied. I came into school covered in bruises, and they said that wasn't from here. Like, no, I went and beat myself up.
My daughter went to school. I come home from work early. I got home. I was taking my shoes off, as you do. And I got one shoe on and one shoe off and one slipper on. And I looked over the school and I saw some boys beating someone up. I thought, oh, crying out loud. I've gone, Kaylee, I'm home. No answer. Looked out the window and realised it was actually Kaylee that they were beating up. So I've gone shooting over there.
One girl.
I've gone shooting over there. As I say, I've got one shoe on, one slipper on. I'm still in my uniform. I've just literally got home.
Bear in mind these boys were sixth form as well, and I was in what, year 9?
I wrestled them off of her. I say wrestled. One of them ended up getting a punch in the testicles. One of them got shoved over and landed on his bum. One of them I threatened to punch and he ran like a little girl. And the other one said, my mum's a teacher, what are you going to do?
Was that the one you had around the throat?
Yeah. You sound so violent. So I got my daughter up off of the floor and realised that they were trying to ram an acid tab down her throat.
This is what we call Mummy Bear.
So I've gone, give it here. So I've got the acid tub in my hand and I've dragged my daughter over and I've gone into the headmaster's office. At this point, the secretary said, oh, you can't go in and see him. I went, he's in there, I'm going in. She went, you can't, you've got to make an appointment. I went, sudden appointment, I'm going in. Actually, I think it was stronger than that.
Yeah, you did say something stronger than that.
And I've dragged my daughter in.
The appointment, I'm going in.
I've dragged my daughter in there. He was practically crawling under his desk at this point. And I went, I want to word with you. He's like, Mrs. Saunders, what? I'm just leaving. I went, no, you're not. Because I'm going to talk to you. The secretary come in. I went, out. She'd done a U-turn and walked out. And I said, my daughter was outside. 4 sixth form boys were attacking her. And they were trying to ram this down her throat. And I showed him the acid tab. And he goes, oh, well, if you give me that, Mrs. Saunders. I went, no, you're not having it. I'm taking it to work and I'm going to get it analysed. I said, I know what it is. You know what it is. I said, why have they got it in school? And why are they trying to ram it down little girls' throats while pinning her down? They were sixth form boys. Oh, Mrs. Saunders, I don't think it's as serious as all that. I went,
They tried to kill me.
Am I blind or am I stupid or what are you trying to pull? They're trying to ram a drug down my daughter's throat. And it's not as bad as all that. What do you think I'm doing? Singing the nursery rhymes? This is bloody ridiculous. Mr. Schofield, the bane of my life, walked in and I went, you either get out or you sit down.
Now, at this point, I had a black eye that was forming. My lip was split.
He started trying to shout at me. If you know where your bread is buttered, mate, you'll leave because I'm going to sort this out and I'm going to sort this out now. At this point, Mr. Gardner started giving me real grief, asking me what I know about discipline. I lost it.
Oh, yeah, and I have a mark on my throat, didn't I, as well?
I lost it. I grabbed him by the throat, I pinned him against the wall, and I said, I am a trained nurse. My husband was in the army. My father was in the army. My grandfather was in the army. My father-in-law was in the Air Force. My whole family has been military. And I'm a trained nurse, and you're saying, what do I know about discipline? I said, all the qualifications you've got are in chemical engineering. And one is a certificate of education. What the hell? Mrs. Saunders, you don't know that. I'm not stupid. I know what the initials after your name stand for. I said, most of them have got BPM, which is British Petroleum.
Stop it!
Now, how stupid do you think I am? And then Mr. Schofield had actually called the police, and the police turned up. At this point, I still had Mr. Gardner around the neck. And it wasn't to try and kill him, as he claimed. I was actually trying to get him to listen to me. And he said that I was trying to kill him, and the policeman said, Mrs. Saunders, we're going to have to escort you off the premises. And I went, but what about the drugs in this school? He said, what drugs? And I have an acid tablet in my pocket. I'm taking it to work to get analysed.
And they said to me, what happened to your daughter's face?
And I said that it was for sixth form boys that he won't do anything about. Well, I got escorted out of the building by the police officers who said that if it was their child, they would have done exactly the same thing, and they didn't press charges against me or anything, even though I think Mr. Gardner would have if he could. And I took the pill into the work with me, and I got it analysed privately, and it turns out that it was an acid pill, and it actually had strychnine in it, so it would have killed her. And I took this pill back to the school. And I gave it to Mr. Gardner. And I said, there's your acid tablet. And I gave him the computer printout and the analysis of what was in it. And I went, and there's your...
She kept the original.
There's your proof. And he just sort of moved it along his desk and he went, I'll deal with that one. No, you won't. You're just going to sweep it into the bin when I walk out of it. I went, that is an acid tablet and the analysis of what's in it. I will deal with it. A week later, I still hadn't heard anything, so I dragged her back over the school.
With my bashed up face.
I went, right, do something. Well, Mrs. Saunders, what do you want me to do? One of those boys was a teacher's son. Who? I went, Kaylee, what was his name? And she told me his name. They said, I will bring him in and talk to him. I went, do it now. They went, what? I said, I've taken the day off work for this, do it now. So he brought him in, and he said that he was going to suspend him for a few days. I went, okay, well, he's got an holiday now, hasn't he? I said, I'm not happy he's got an holiday. So we went to the police station, because the police station was actually in the school, it was that bad.
Yeah, and the police actually went to the school with you.
And a policeman came to the school with me and he said that he wanted the acid tablet off Mr. Gardner, and Mr. Gardner couldn't produce it because he'd already swept it into the bin. And I went, actually...
she had it, though. She had one.
There is the acid tablet, and there's a computer analysis because I want to trust you with a real one. And the police said, okay, Mrs. Saunders, we'll take it off and we'll analyse it. Oh, you don't need to, the computer analysis is there. And he went, yeah, but we have to do this. And I said, okay. And he goes, which one was it that was trying to run it down your throat? So she gave him a name. And I think the police did actually press charges because of possession of narcotics with intent to sell.
Yeah, but it's not just that, is it? The others got done and all because they beat me up. I got beaten up.
It was assault. So, don't tell me that bullying you can laugh about and sweep under the carpet, because you can't. It stays with you.
This is how bad that school was. Okay, I had a migraine headache. I suffer from migraines. And you remember this, because I told you about it the other day. And you, oh yeah, and this is actually quite a funny story. It's funny but scary. I said to the teacher I had a migraine. They said, go to the medical office. I went to the medical office. They went, go to sleep in the room. Okay, I went to sleep in the room. They could have sent me home. I lived across the road. They put me to sleep in this room. Left me there. The school had closed and I was still in there.
And I've come home from work and my daughter wasn't at home. So I went over to school.
The only person that was there was me and the security guard.
And the school's closed. And I went to the police station. And I said, you went to school? And he went, well, would she have gone to any friends? I said, oh, she hasn't got any friends. And he went, so you think she's at the school? He thought she'd been abducted on the way home and we only live across the road. So he went to the security guard and he said, "Is there anyone in there?" And he goes, "I don't think so." And he went, "Well, can you check?" He goes, "Do you know how big this school is, mate?" And he went, "Just check." By then, I think she'd woken up because you come out the door, didn't you?
Nearly died.
She was wandering the corridor.
The security guard nearly died. He's like, "Ah!"
And I was livid.
I said, I said to the medical bay, I said I can go home, and you just trying to get off school. I went, well, what else you can do with me then? I went, sit in the corridor. It was loud school. There was over 2,000 people there, right? It was loud, and they used to scream running down the hall and that. And I was like, okay, so I was sitting there, and I had a migraine. I was being sick, and I wasn't really with it, and I was just like, send me home. And then they came out and they said, okay, so how long have you been sitting there for? An hour. Are you feeling any better? I've got a migraine. I've just been sick. No. Okay. Sitting there. Half an hour later, are you okay to go back to class? I went, no. Why not? I've got a migraine. Do you have any pills that you can take? I went, yeah, at home. No, not here. Okay. And then they said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to make, we've got a little bed in there that you can sleep in a dark room. So that, it will help you get rid of your headache because it's a dark room.
The best one was they said they'd call me to work. I worked in a hospital. Have you tried to get through a switchboard to speak to someone personally from a hospital?
Oh, you had a mobile phone then?
No, that point I didn't. Then I dropped it in a bucket of water, it wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
So, I'd gone through, there was all this hassle going on. I knew nothing about it, I'm at work quite happy. And it wasn't until I came home at 6 o'clock and found out that my daughter wasn't there. And they'd left her at the school, they'd left her in medical bay. I mean...
I would have been there on time for school the next day.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't go in the next day. My education is very spotty.
Because of the bullying.
Yeah. I left school when I was 15 because I couldn't deal with it anymore.
And I got expelled from one school, then got expelled from another.
I never got expelled.
I ended up in a giant home.
But, my education is very spotty and I'm not very clever because of this. And
She's actually a lot cleverer than she pretends.
I walked out of school at 15, but I wasn't there for a lot of 14 either. And I think I went in once. I was brave and I went in once after I was 16 and then I just did no.
And I don't think half of the people who do this trash TV who claim they were bullied actually were. Because bullying leaves such a mark on you that you consider yourself to be a pariah when you leave school. When you walk out of that school, you feel like you're the worst thing on God's earth. I've gone through it, she's gone through it. I believe a lot of people have been through it.
I had literally 0 friends. There's a lot of people go, oh, well, I had this one friend. No, I had no friends. Not one person out of 2,000 people would talk to me because they felt like if they spoke to me, they were going to get bullied as well. That's how bad it was. No one would talk to me. I had no friends at all at school.
And they say the school days are the best years of your life.
Worst.
I have no friends from high school, still. I mean, most people have got a friend from high school when they grow up.
I didn't have any friends.
I've got friends from primary school, and so have you.
There was this one guy who, if he saw me being bullied, he'd stick up for me, but wasn't actually a friend. Sorry. He wouldn't have anyone bully me, but he wouldn't hang around with me either. Mind you, he was in a different thing to me. So, but that's, he wouldn't. He'd talk to me, he'd protect me, but he wasn't a friend. He is now, but he wasn't then. So, I had no friends. No one would talk to me apart from Terry, occasionally. So I was alone at school, and that's why I left when I did.
With trash TV, you get these people, oh, he's bullied. Yeah, okay.
You can't make fun of it when you're bullied.
Everybody gets bullied at least once. But when you're bullied continually and continually hounded for the whole of the time that you're at high school.
I mean, I was the bully in junior school. I wasn't very nice in junior school. Kai knows all about this. Me and Kai hated each other in junior school. We did not like each other at all. We was always like niggling at each other. And I was really popular in junior school. And I went from that thinking that high school was going to be the same, and it wasn't. And it was like a reality check and a slap in the face for me.
High school is hell.
I enjoyed junior school because I was...
High school...
Great.
...is the worst. And I've always said, when I get grandchildren, they are not going to high school. They're not going to that.
They go to junior school.
Yeah,
it's
high
fun.
School now. You can opt out of education, right. And that is what you've decided to do, because they are not going through what I went through. Our high school years were so bad.
I don't want to put anyone through that. I want to put my worst enemy through that. Not through what I went through. Hell no. Like,
it was torture. Absolutely.
Every single day. Like, they kept coming up with new things to do to me and new things to say.
The thing was, I always used to go and protect Kaya. I was always over the school trying to protect her. My mum never bothered with me. So I know what it feels like to actually be bullied and have nobody. I mean, she'd listen to me moan about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, nothing was done because the school weren't doing nothing.
So...
It was every single day of my life was hell. And I stopped eating. I was going through mass depression at the age of 11. And that's not good for anyone. That's not healthy for anyone. At the age of 11, I was in a black depression. And that went on from 11 to 15 because nothing got done about this bullying. And no matter how many times my mum went over the school to tell, nothing was done. Even when I had an acid pill nearly shoved down my throat, nothing was done. I could have been killed, and they didn't care.
And the reason you might say, well, why didn't you change your school? The nearest school from there was a bus ride away, and I was scared to put her on the bus, because if she went out to the bus stop, she probably would have been beaten up by the school kids going to that school.
And they even came to my house and knocked on the door to come and beat me up. That's how severe it was.
Yeah, they come to our house and said, can Katie come out to play? And I went, no, she can't, because you just got to beat her up and they go away. And when I actually named one of them that had actually come to the door, they went away very quickly.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, if you're going to be bullied, at least don't bully them when they go home. If you have to bully, if you feel the need to bully, just leave them alone when they get home.
And if you do bully, you're a coward.
Exactly. And no, I don't believe that you have got stuff going on at home. No.
We've all got stuff going on at home.
We don't take it out on other people.
And a lot of these on trash TV are bullies. I've seen it on there. I've seen them bully each other on there. So I just think what they were like at school. I detest bullying. I hate it.
But stuff that they've said still stays with me.
Stuff they say always sticks with you. And, I mean, I'm 53 now and I still remember it. I've still got it ringing in my ears. And when I'm in a black depression, I can believe it.
I believe it anyway.
Please comment if you've been bullied. please comment if watching trash TV gives you depression, because it does me.
But they are all bullies on there because, like, the way they talk to each other, the way they act with each other.
I didn't mean trash TV to turn into a lecture about bullying, but it is about bullies.
It is.
So, please, comment. We haven't had any comments for a while.
No, since Leanne went into hospital. You're out now. Comment.
Please. And did we get a get well comment for Leanne? No.
Did we get a happy birthday comment for you? No.
Well, Kai did actually say it to you.
Yeah, Kai did, but you know, people.
Thank you, Kai. You remembered me.
See, Kai got a shout out there. I don't know if I actually thanked you. I was meant to.
Well,
I don't know if I did or not. So I'm sorry. See, me and Kai are friends now. I'm very sorry if I didn't, but she just thanked you herself, okay?
So, I'm sorry that trash TV actually turned into bullying, but because we were bullied so severely when we were kids, we look at trash TV and we see the bullying going on, and somebody had to say something because it's disgusting. And if you bully, you're a coward, nothing more. And
You need to grow up.
The worst curse I can think of giving you is that somebody's going to do it to you.
You just need to grow up. Because
Yeah.
when you leave school, you're not the big fish anymore.
And most of these idiots on Love Island and whatever have left school, but their mind hasn't.
But they're not the big fish anymore.
No. You may be big I am in school, but there's a big wide world out there.
And there's people out there.
And you're a little fish swinging around in a big toilet bowl just like everyone else. And there's always going to be a fish bigger than you or a big turd ready to crush you.
Just remember that when you're bullying someone. It'll come back and bite you in the butt. It will.
And just remember that person that you're bullying may seem insignificant to you. But, as I say, I'm 53 now. I left school in 1984. I can remember the names of every bully. Just think about
I
that.
can remember the names of some of my bullies, but then again, I try to I blank out my
Just
bad memories.
think about that. You know, all these years later, you're still on my mind.
That's what they wanted to do, leave a lasting impression.
And I can still name you.
If they wanted to leave a lasting impression, they've done that.
Now, you spent all this time hating me, putting all this energy into hating me. Now, although I remember your names and your faces and what you said to me, I don't, until now, when I've done this one-on-one bullying, I don't think about you at all.
But, okay, I got bullied really badly in high school. I'm a model, I'm a singer, I'm a dancer and an actress. What are you doing with your lives?
And you must say, I'm saying nothing. What Sean said. She's seen quite clearly in that one. And watch It's a Kind of Love video. Mark Armand. You can see it quite clearly in that as well. There are several things, several campaigns she's done, and she is highly visible. What have you done?
And I may not look like me, but that's called makeup. And contact lenses. And wigs. But they're me.
What have you done? Popped out a few kids?
Working in a shop. Yeah, I've worked in retail, I have, but
Oh, they might have
it's
got
to
really
tide me
successful.
over.
They might have got really successful in working IT. They're in the
Working
Dole
it.
office or something.
Working it.
But,
It's impressive, isn't it?
you know,
Get him. Jump it down.
you bullied somebody. You never know what that somebody's going to go on to achieve. They could find a cure for cancer. more important than a model. They,
Thanks.
they could go out and invent a cure for COVID-19. That'd be blowing good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Get my life back on track again.
You stand there and bully these people. You don't know what they go.
And they could do something. They could make something that's going to save your life. Think about that.
Why do you feel the need to bully and belittle somebody?
It makes them feel bigger and better about themselves.
Yeah, but they don't know what someone's going to go on to do.
No, I know.
You know.
I mean, you used to say I was ugly and I was fat and I was smelly. I'm a model and a singer and a dancer and an actress.
So she can't be that smelly and ugly, can she?
I mean, yeah, okay, I've got some weight on me, but that's not the point. I wasn't fat when I was at school. Size 8 and size 10 people saying that I was fat. Come on.
So come on, think about it, bullies. And does it actually make you feel better about yourself? Yeah, you might look good in front of your friends by yelling at someone and going, you smell.
And then friends won't stay with you for the rest of your life.
No.
I've got Michelle. And Kai.
I've got friends that I had at primary school.
I have Kai. And I have Michelle. I don't have many friends, but the friends that I've got are real friends.
Well, they've stuck around for... Well, Kai has been around for donkey's years, hasn't
I
he?
can't get rid of Kai. I wouldn't want to get rid of Kai, though. He's lovely.
But, you know, Kai's been around for years and years. Michelle's a more recent acquisition.
8 years.
Yeah. So, when we make friends and they're actually real friends, they are lasting
And
friends.
it was quite funny because we actually met Michelle on her birthday. Not this year, obviously, 8 years ago.
It wasn't my birthday, it was just after.
She said it was your birthday.
Yeah, she remembered wrong.
Your eyes closing.
I know.
So we're going to have to end this video because she's gone a bit...
Yeah, this is what MJ looks like. Attractive.
I can't look at you.
Thanks. So, we will end this video here. And we will be back tomorrow. But until then, be kind and considerate.
And hopefully our eye will be open tomorrow.
Yeah. So be kind and considerate. And this has been Tales.
From the toilet bowl.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.